After the Nelly album, the game changed. That's how real that is. That's not a reach though. No reaching. You know how when you pick that up, that was that time frame. And that was crazy. So we gotta say, we don't gotta act dramatic too. Like, oh my god. Like some people do that in music. Like, bro, of course you would say that if you're the producer or the artist. Like, what you mean? That's how you got there. And then they'll be asking your boy. You gotta pay your boy to do that. Shout out to YouTube, 19K views, josh4music.com. We in the building. A lot of torturous interferences outside. So here's one thing people like to do, right? They know that you like to put in work. You like to meditate. So then they purposely start farming in your backyard. Of course, we from the islands, right? But then, if you're living in an apartment, they put the farm in your backyard, bro. Just because they hear you made few songs. That's the stupidest thing, and it's only funny to people who then don't record or then act like they don't have to listen to your song, especially if they get paid to farm behind your house. You heard that? It don't even make sense to then 10x something that wasn't around just because you a white old man. Imagine you putting in work, right? So then an actual in real life grumpy old white old man goes behind your house just to start farming white chickens. Imagine it's 2026, right? You make records that big, and now they want to only farm white chickens and then let the black ones run to your house, but then have the white ones screaming. And then your girl go over there just because the economy look like, I don't know, her grandpa or something. And that's why, back to production. From country grammar to city popping. And I said, when you crisscross that thing, now you're all the way over there. That's what that meant. Because when MJ, Iverson, I don't know, Mike Tyson, Albert Einstein, probably your dad's mama them, when anybody is real life just putting up free throws in the gym, now they want to build a farm behind your house. So now, instead of walking to your door, they gotta act like chickens. So now that's when they say, like, that's a chicken coop, bro. So now when they drive around behind your house, instead of going to your door, it's old school lingo, they in a chicken coop because they farming, putting chickens back there. That's influencing chicken behavior. The brave ones walk over the fence and cross the street. All the ones that's not brave, they stay at the farm. All the ones that's brave, they jump over the fence and they say, bro, this is not a farm. Beyond Meat is 2026. It's earnings and it's booming. You see how stupid this kid kind of be? While I'm over here putting free throws in the gym. That's like Kobe putting up free throws. That's like Tiger Woods putting up on the field. And then his wife is with the club now going crazy. Why? You know how much time I had to spend on the field in the Winners Club? Now there's a chicken coop instead of my girl pulling up with the top down and the bands in the duffel bag, bro. I wrote pay me with the double R's Winners Club, and now she acting like she cannot ride around. We was on the turnpike, now her mama them is in a chicken coop with the sister them. With the baby and the chickens acting like the old white guy with a house can just put all the chickens. Also happened to be while I wanted to record my second album. So then I have to drop 50 singles. And then City Poppin' biggest record out. Cause I was never in the chicken coop. Your boy was outside the whole time. That's why City Poppin' is special 2026. But that's why straight up out the high school, straight into the pros, that was special at that time too. Cause why is y'all playing wasting time? So that's Nelly dropping Country Grammar, right? That's also with Pharrell them. That's me dropping City Poppin'. But then how come when you loyal in the studio, in the basement, now they always want to act like you cheating, bro? He just gave you the bag. Then that's what? That's Gucci them. You supposed to flip it and double it. Flip it and double it. Like, that song was fly. And that's what you supposed to do. Like, that's why Roddy be saying, like, you owe him 100 bands, because the likeliness of his brand, you could have did anything. Like, and they over there, or me, I'm in the basement, bro, eating cereal. That's how real I show behind the scenes. Everybody go off the map. I just show up. Straight City Pop. Everybody else go off the map but act Hollywood. Then there's with their sister them who cheated 5 times, trying to cross interfere a W. Go shoot some free throws, bro. And pay me the racks. I would stand there at the court, pay you $10 every time I see you make that. Just out of 10. That's how crazy you look right now, and I don't even have money. That's how I know loyalty and respect, and you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Because I would have been paying you just to see how fine you was. Shoot the ball, because you would have been not loyal already, because he know you're not about to sit there to make money and shoot that. I would have shoot with my left before I would have been unloyal. I would have started shooting with my left hand, bro. I would have been in Vegas rolling the dice with my lefty off the table into the dealer's eyes before I even cheat. And the dice would have rolled off the table, and I would have picked that up and say he's nice with the dice off of the lefty before I do something stupid in a farm behind somebody's house in a residential, like, industrial area, bro. It's an industrial area. I turned the whole thing to an industry. World Music Innovations, bro. Turn the game to an industry now. Now apparently they do farms back there. Only thing is she don't jump the fence. Everybody else is crossing the fence left and right from the first day. The first day they was acting like lunatics, bro. Jumped over the fence behind my apartment, up and down. This is not even illegal, bro. But they owe me money. And now the feds is doing illegal activities. The security is doing stuff. And he gotta look at all of you guys like you just stupid, wasting time. How come I was at work doing numbers on the board? I was doing numbers with the left wrist at work. That's why 19K on YouTube right now. I couldn't believe this. They was acting really funny, talking crazy. I had to put the mask on in front of the federale because they was acting really funny, talking crazy. I said I couldn't even say a thing about it. I don't know what to tell you. I said, I don't know how people that's public servants that's supposed to be more educated, I cannot say something about that because it's stupidity on how much money you owe me. That's why he dropped pay me. Because how that work? How you got paid to go to the wrong house? Of a hustler. Imagine all the houses you could have went to across the nation. You know how big the nation is? Probably more than 200 countries. That's how big the entire world probably is. And then a lot that's not even countries yet. That's just third world. You know how much doors you would have had to miss to walk to a hustler's house and then not have his duffel bag and pay me? Your boy was on the news. You could have missed any house on... You could have went anywhere. They could have... The police could have went anywhere, bro. Now they have a tour van, a tour bus apparently, before they give me my money. And they could have choose any house across the nation. You know how much 4.0s I had to get before I could know that the federale would ever show up to my house, even in college, bro? Just throwing money with my left wrist, even if I fail or pass, like, yo, I'll be here again then. Boom. What? The book has one iteration, 10 pages is different, and I gotta update. Left wrist. Yeah. Oh, you telling me this is wrong only because it's the same answer, but it's a different way to do it? Left wrist. Yeah, I'm here still. You know how much money I had to spend just today, like $1,200 on the spot, for you to go to the wrong house out of anybody's house across the nation that's actually like a felon, while he put this much ice and was #1 city popping, for you to not have his money? Bro got passports across the nation. I could have been anywhere, but you go to my mama's house. I could have been anywhere across. Like, if you go to my YouTube channel, my TikTok channel, my compromised Instagram channel, my Facebook channel, across the nation, even in the New Mexico sand hills, you could have found anybody, even me, someplace else, but you found my mama's house while she was trying to sleep and rest, and she gotta retire and she got health issues. How much doors in the nation? Bro, BlackRock. How much apartment buildings BlackRock own? Sequoia Capital. How many apartments Sequoia Capital own? Cardone Apartments, Kiyosaki Capital. How much apartments they gotta own for the feds to go to the wrong place across the entire nation? You could have went to their houses. The owners of the apartment complex that you went to, that he paid more rent than anybody else, but they went to my house. You could have went to the accountants of the apartment complex or the board that owned that, instead of the person who just dropped 50 records minding his own business, and you go to his mama's house while not paying him his money, and you try to arrest him, and he already had to talk to the chief of police because he was working, and even on the news talking about how much work he put in. It shows across the whole globe, bro. But you go to his mom's house and he dropped the song Miracles. And now the feds have a tour bus, but they're not giving him everything that's already been supposed to be due from the past 15 years, even a compromised Instagram, and that's Zuckerberg with 250 Bs, bro. That doesn't even make sense. Because then if I 10x Zuckerberg, and if they all choose the wrong house out of all of these CEOs that make more money owning the apartment complexes with also felons that pay less rent than somebody who rock ice on the night shift that say he's selling bling bling and phones going ring ring. Jobs 42 days without even sleeping, to then going to the hospital, but then talk about hustling after that. He gotta think you guys must be stupid or something. Even if it was like two months before that or a year before that, how on earth 20 years later you about to pick the wrong house and I'm paying the most in rent out of people who don't even know how to count money? People that don't even have a business with 10 kids and I'm paying more rent than them. How that even makes sense to them? They tell me they related to the management. They're saying we related to the manager. And they don't even know how to count, and they're talking about people doing murders, bro. How does it even make sense for the federales to not pay me? But then the federales is going to raids to people that's gambling while already the federale is there, and then they call a backup to raid it, and that's supposed to be my money. Because he put in the work to actually make the money. His YouTube channel, his Facebook channel, he has a TV show, his royalties and his back pay for the last 15 years. Every corporation he worked at never even give him a bonus or a leave after he's going to the next place. And then somebody else is walking around my backyard like they're my manager. I said, what is... There's like... You know how many houses in this entire apartment complex in the entire Hawaii? He cannot even say the places you could have went to. But you went to my house. Your boy was 4.0s balling in the league. He would still ball against anybody. But you show up to my mama's house instead. And I was just on the basketball course playing 5v5. I cannot believe this, bro. How that work at all? To then have my girl go missing, but you show up to my mom's house and she was just on my mom's bed watching the Apple conference, and now she cheating behind my back. And I gave her the bag, the duffel bag, to do whatever. You could have at least have $0 in loyalty. If I gave you the duffel bag, at least you could have been like, bro, that was nothing. I blow through cash fast. That's nothing. At least you could have then pulled back and said, I have loyalty. Like, bro, I blow through that easy. 1 month. Whew, with the left. Whew, I don't know what I was doing. My whole accountant took that just for going to an accountant. Whew. Like, what is you talking about? At least then you could walk back with loyalty and be like, bro, crazy outside. It's spooky outside. I said, let me check this for accounting. They took everything. That was only to see the accountant once. Now I have nothing. And I was on the turnpike with you. I don't understand it. It's crazy outside. To then see like them acting like spooky ghosts with the neighbors. Once they start sleeping with each other and acting like spooky ghosts, the spooky ghost producers, and they all start doing the R. Kelly activities, like how bro said off his first lines or something. He don't understand how you could not just, like, it don't even make sense. I'd rather be loyal and keep walking back to get money than to then be unloyal. You know how crazy that is? I'd rather walk back to the money every time and be like, bro, I just need some more money, than to then go cheat and be unloyal. I would have said that to my own girl. Like, I just need some more money from you or something. Like, can I just have some more money? I blew the whole thing, but I didn't get to do that. I would have been like, bro, that 500 was nothing. I blew that so fast, I'm right back at you. I'm going to give you that 5, give you 5 more. Give you 5 more, and then ask you, can I borrow 5 again? Just so you still up. Even if I still got to pay my mom's rent. Because for some odd reason, the feds went to my mom's house. I don't know why. That's weird, bro. That's weird, bro, activities. To then see you on the front page with your mama there. Bro, how they deport my dad, then show up to my mom's house, and then the feds is with their mom in front of the front page of Facebook. And they're not getting my royalty checks. Bro just dropped Revolution, went across the entire globe. They pass interfere me. I'm not even in the game. I'm at my mom's house. And they show up there. Not even in New Mexico, Sand Hills they showed up. That could have at least saved me if I was out there. That's how hot. It's like a desert, bro. Nobody was out there to save me. They could have paid me to get some water out there and show up. But they show up at my mom's apartment. Like, they must be stupid. They owe me so much money. I had to drop the song Pay Me, and it's out now. You could have shown up in the hills, bro, to help. How you never show up with a plate lunch? Or my own girl with my money. But you go to my mama's house and then you on the page of Facebook with Zuckerberg, damn. With your mama. And then your son acting like he Winners Club. How is that in history? While then they go missing at a farm in the chicken coop behind my house, while everybody wanted the second album, so I had to give them 30 songs. You could have went to New Mexico, Sand Hills to find me, to see me. You could have went to Beverly Hills to see me. You could have went to the foreign exotic place to see me. You went to my mama's house to see me, bro. I cannot, but how on earth is the federale doing that? I said, out of all the things in the nation, you know how much things across the nation, even at the president White House, is going on? To show up at my mama's house. Your boy is presidential already. He's supposed to go straight to the big leagues, straight into the pros. But the federale is not paying my dues, and the president is not pardoning me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. I went to your mama's house for no reason, and I owe you millions of back pay. Zuckerberg has 250 Bs. I have to 10x the bro. Off of zero. Just by post, bro. You post potential. How that thing even have an evaluation at all? To have my Instagram compromised while that thing was feeding my mom's house. And then the feds don't fix my Instagram. They show up to my mom's bedroom. You know how stupid that is, bro? To be the police, show up to my mom's bedroom, and where I used to work at the college, they used to date the police. Bro, it's crazy outside. And all I've been doing is 4 points. The whole thing. They was calling them 100%ers since elementary. Mix, master, produce, record. Y'all ain't even city popping like that, bro. The whole song sound like an album when you fly through the city. Play that on any PS6 game and you winning. That's a Winners Club W, bro. The whole city is crazy. Then I have bro show up to my house. He don't even have a duffel bag or flowers on him, bro. Your boy is powered by flower power because my health gotta be up. Bro tatted with flowers on him, man. He said, what you mean flowers? I said, what you mean? I don't even know what you talking about. And now bro is out here walking around. It don't even make sense at all. I was just outside playing 5v5. I seen bro's cousin them. He said we should go up that side. I said, how about I go straight to the courts? Then I went 5v5, bro. My whole leg, Shabansky, felt like Kevin Hart. It just stopped, bro. That's how long I was retired for. The doctor said I shouldn't be doing this. Just because I heard the farm behind my house and all of that nonsense and the feds, I said I would go run out there right now. I said, put me in, coach. You know the game needs me. Then I dropped the record, the game needs me. All in real time. Then I had to take a hiatus, bro, because of all of this. He don't want to hear the noise just because he can ball that good. Bro went 3. Even if he put up 1, that's still 4. That's still more than a lot of this whole record label that was once around, putting people that weigh 5x the amount I weigh. Bro, they was signing people that weighed 5 times more than me. And they wasn't, the police show up at my house, but they was signing people that weighed 5 times more than me. I said the food ratio doesn't even add up if I put in that much work. But then you show up to my mama's bedroom, bro. How 4 police show up to my mom's bedroom? In real life, bro. I wrote the song Real One. I wrote the song Real One in my hood and 4 police show up to my mom's bedroom. It's crazy, bro. That then I gotta do some real legal activity again in life after retire, bro. And then they're not bringing my... so that's the thing about the game too, right? Is they don't want to give you your work because then it's hard to understand it. But bro, if I did more than a lot of the record labels that even have people with 5 times the weight of me, that means distribution, the economics, they would have to pay me just because the amount of points I put up. So if he put up Kobe numbers, you gotta pay him. Because people on Universal, Apple, Tidal, Amazon, Google, this one, that one, the Federale Network, MTV, if you just put up 70, that's what it is, no matter if it go back down. It's on YouTube. You don't go to my mom's bedroom house. That means you owe him billions of dollars in real life. That's one of the biggest court cases in history. This is after he's on the news. That's the state. That's the Hawaii state. And then to have a different artist say that, so then they try to go to the chicken farm back there. and act like they're causing me PTSD just because in Revolution, if they block their phones, then that's the words that we couldn't tell them, right? So when I said oppress, and the lines in the song is for oppression, the moments we wanted to speak, the wealth gap is shifting. This for oppression, the moments we wanted to speak, you literally blocked their phone, so then I wrote the song. Because you would have owed me money, bro. And especially if the feds show up at my door and my account is compromised, and that would have been feeding my family. That's how you would have not have the words you wanted to say, while then creating the oppression because you weren't paying him, and then you block people's numbers. And that's even part of the platforms. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Because if the wealth gap is shifting and you paid me, then I would have been able to speak, and my girl wouldn't have been missing or cheating, or the feds wouldn't have show up to my mom's bedroom without my girl missing, or paying me the amount of royalties to then see the police have a tour bus. That's the cops though, the feds, not the band. I had to run to the court immediately and say I will ball against everybody. And my doctor said I shouldn't do that. And I said, just because I heard all that in my city right now, that's like what we already saw on YouTube, MTV type activity. Because he don't want to go 20v1, bro. Like, that's after the Puma Connect photo and the winners. Like, bro, I wrote Winners Club before that. And then I didn't even know that. That's how crazy it is. Even though I was already in the game since 2013. You know how crazy that is? And the game means you're professionally working. It says 2013, even before that, right? So if you have timestamp dates, right? Even with the United States, even with on Facebook to show that you were working. So the game means that if you then produce, mix, master, and then you did more than a lot of record labels, or the people that weigh more than me on the record labels, the police cannot show up to my mom's house without paying me first. And he already is due 15 years back pay because his account got compromised, and the feds tried to arrest me for going on the bus to college and to work for no reason, while the person who worked at the college was dating the feds. So the people that I actually worked with in the office, the business office at the college, they were dating the police while I was trying to get there, and they pulled me off of the bus for going on the bus, and I didn't want to spend net negative because I was building businesses and a record label. So then if you don't want to be in net negative, or you want to help your mom with all the cars and the money, then you're not about to take more debt, and you about to help your mom and your sister and your nephew. But then where I work at, they were dating the police to then try to hold me back. And then they showed up at my house 15 years later, and the Instagram that would have been feeding my family is compromised, bro. They say shadow ban, compromised, all that. But all the proof is on YouTube and Facebook. And then I did more posts than Zuckerberg. But then the police show up without money. My girlfriend go missing. And everybody else start acting stupid in the city, saying that I owe them. Meanwhile, he the one building the label, producing for everybody. And they're not even bringing back the bag when I'm paying them the advance in cash. and then Universal, Sony, Interscope, Warner, Umbrella Associates, subsidiaries, TuneCore, CD Baby, Distro, all subsidiaries, have the police going to my house before they fix the paperwork to pay me millions for the song Revolution alone. But my girl go missing. People show up to my doorstep, and the police go to my mom's bedroom, all before they give me a paycheck, and I already was working corporate. On the news to say I was a hustler on the news, and they don't even put my information correct. But I'm the one that owned the record company and the brand. So on the news, we wearing the brand's clothes, and I'm the one who produced the song Hustler because I'm the record company. And then they don't even put my information correct, and the police show up to my mom's bedroom and try to arrest me off the bus. But I already talked to the chief of police, and the people where I work said they was dating the police. And they all on drugs, bro. They the ones when you in second grade to say don't do that. But they the ones running around doing it. They're supposed to run to the president, pardon me, go to Congress, pay back all royalties and the 15 years of back pay when he was already working at Verizon to ever have a compromised Instagram account. How I put up that much phones left and right to then go back outside and ball against anybody to ever have a compromised Instagram account for Zuckerberg to have less posts than me. And they talking about AI, artificial intelligence avatars, fake avatars, and my girl go missing, and she already owe me 10 racks. 10 bands, bro. I did racks on racks on racks. Racks on racks on racks. I did the remix. You could have just even said you blew the whole thing. I just don't have it. I lost everything. I don't know what is going on with the economy. I literally don't know what money even means. I don't know what USD is. I don't know what pesos are. I don't know what Fun Factory coins are. Bro, I was giving so much people deals in Fun Factory when they used to have coins just because I was that good at the game. That means when you put coins in a machine, you get coins back. What that mean? That means when I'm on Wall Street, right, I get percentages. So if I'm making percentages more than a bank right now, right, off of Wall Street more than a bank, how the police supposed to show up at my mom's doorstep? Not even in the desert sands when there was no water did they throw the assist. Not even when my legs went out just last week after City Poppin', I said, bro, I'll ball against anybody. I ran out there with the and ones on, bro. I was thinking about should I put the Reeboks on or the and ones on. He was also thinking about should I put the Jordans on. He was going through it, right? He's like, which one should I throw on? Should I throw the Jordans on? Should I throw the Reeboks? Should I throw the and ones? Should I throw on the Adidas? Like, he said, what should I throw on? The feds never even assist him when his legs went out like Kevin Hart, bro. He jumped in the game. He said, I'll ball against any fed at this court. That's what I did. The content is on my YouTube channel. In real life, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. There's so much back pay and royalties that they put the police on a tour bus. And they said there's missing 64,000 in the city and this and that. The song Revolution alone went to different countries. And they're talking about they cannot pay people in cash in a duffel bag. You know how much money I put in cash in a duffel bag to write the song Duffel Bag. And now there's certain people in Congress say, like, you cannot put money in a duffel bag. Like, what is you talking about? I was giving out advances to artists to buy NFTs from the duffel bag money, the Nike shoebox money. Just hustling. I gave their dad them NFTs for them to act stupid later on, 10 years later, for no reason. And I was the one who funded it. All off of real cash. It sounds crazy that then the economy and the economic... Bro, I was giving away the... I was retired on the bench. They was giving the stimulus checks. I was throwing them up like alley-oops to artists. Just so the label could be legacy, so the police don't show up to my mom's house. He put the stimulus check, all money in a duffel bag. For not even the Grammys to call me for the song Revolution. That they put to a different artist that didn't write the song. I said, how I just wrote this song, it didn't exist. I just recorded it in the studio I just bought. I just blew like 50 racks on the studio. Wrote the song Revolution. Went in a protest. All at the same time. Then they said, it's on a different artist. I said, how is that on a different artist? I just wrote it. I just jumped on the mic that cost more than a lot of mics that I had to buy. Then I had to go ball out like Mike at the course against the feds and whoever. Put it on my channels just to know that I wrote real one and all y'all is liars to show up at my mom's bedroom. You gotta pay me. That's why it's double R's in front of the pay me. Y'all didn't even see a big body like that ever in your life. Hardly. Besides like Miami or Vegas or someplace. Or like AI or like through the dealerships. Or like off of some rental type. And then they seize my assets. So if I don't have assets, then that means it was automatically seized out of that much work. Because that's Kobe numbers, bro. I wonder what happened. I wonder where everybody else had to go. If bro is doing Kobe numbers outside and it's on his YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, then they compromise shadow banning. Then I pull up Rocket Satin going MIA. Rocket Sile going MIA. SIA going MIA. How I pull up a Satin that way more than... cost more than the Fed's uniform and they go to my mom's house. But they're not even paying what they're supposed to pay me. Even when I was working at corporate, even at the college, for me to be putting all money in. Not even the Feds put all money in, bro. And they showed up to my mom's bedroom. And it's the neighbors and the other neighbors and the... You could have go to any million apartments across the globe. Any of the 5,000 across the islands. But you didn't pay me first. That's a big problem. That's a big problem for me to produce Rude Boys and Bikini Season and they never pay me first after pay me. Bro, they was talking about 4.0s in elementary. Then we mix, master, produce later vocals and then they send Revolution to the wrong artist. You must be crazy. It's on YouTube. That's not even the artist. And then 20 workers that make more than the amount that's supposed to be paid for the song. I was the one who wrote it and bought the equipment and sent it to the distro. 20 workers didn't connect it to the artist who just bought the equipment, sent it to the distro. My girlfriend go missing with my own cash. Then other random things start happening in the city, and the police go to my mom's bedroom. You must be out your mind. Like, of course it sounds funny, but that's real life, bro. That's why your boy didn't jump back in the game yet for this next four rings, bro. He already got 3 rings. Now they got a farm outside my house, a chicken coop factory, and they got the feds showing up to my mom's bedroom when she trying to sleep. But your boy was state to state global, even in the hospital, off of getting almost out the game. But they never wanted to help me then. That's crazy, bro.